timed extremely well. He was just a little bit off for it, but not too bad. Nothing to write home about. And look at this control. Mega and Red completely in 0-4's hands. Chaotix is just trying to get back to full health and something over 50 armor. So 0-4 at this point set up to start getting the frags.
Indeed he is, and actually in many ways we're seeing the exact opposite situation as we were a couple minutes ago. Chaotix now on the back foot having to do this, and before he's able to get back up to a combat stack, here comes 0-4 looking to put on the pressure. Chaotix making a nice escape through the teleporter, but 0-4 is down there, railgun waiting. Chaotix is looking for the right opportunity to go through, but taking a shot.
Oh, he answered
a lot.
That was a huge rail.
A lot of damage.
I mean, 0-4 was barrel assing towards him. Had that rail not hit, I think we might have seen a little bit more plus forward out of 0-4. But Chaotix does get away with 100-100. We do have Mega and Red coming up pretty close to each other, so there's a chance for a trade. But Red does come up first, so there's always that opportunity to grab one and immediately drop. Chaotix is just trying to spam the living crap out of the Mega spawn and trying to keep 0-4 away. So actually, really nice placement with the nades because it's hard to drop and get over that section of the hallway, so a really nice spam there. It also left a lane open for Chaotix to grab the Mega without having to dodge his own nades, so very nice placement, giving him an opportunity to really fight for this Red. And of course that's the big play to have, because he who gets this, it's time to rock and roll. It's time to get a frag. I mean, look at this. He's at a 160 and 200 stack. 0-4 still waiting for this armor. It's coming up right now. And there's one more yellow on the board, but we just saw Chaotix also pick up Mega, so I'm really looking at Chaotix to get a frag here. He's hunting.
Here's the thing, can Chaotix, number one, can he find 0-4, and number two, when he does find him, will he find him in a disadvantageous enough position where he can get some real damage?
Oh, LG was off
0-4
on the jump.
Really
He still got it done, though.
Away. I mean, when you're eating shafts, the last thing you want to do is make that jump, because it'll be the last jump you make this side of the grave. So Chaotix picking up first frag, getting away with about 70-70 after the end of that, and there we have one frag for 5 minutes of this match. Nice pop by Chaotix, and to be honest, that pop really saved his ass. But Chaotix does.
Oh my God, 0-4 answering. That is a tight game, folks. We have passed the halfway point, and what a beautiful rail that was from 0-4. I think, you know, Chaotix was a little bit late on the weapon switch, and, you know, that kind of makes me a little bit sad panda there, because he did so much damage, but, you know, look at 0-4 still running around with 18 health. But, you know, Chaotix, he really did have to spend a lot to get that frag, and I think that just goes to show you just how in shape 0-4 is, because, you know, Chaotix definitely had the stack advantage at the start of the previous fight. Nice! Beautiful rail by 0-4, unanswered damage, and Chaotix at this point, you know, he does have the red, but not much else, and 0-4 at this point, like, I think, ooh, yeah, that was a great rail, because this Mega becomes very dangerous for 0-4 now. He's going to back off to yellow, and he might come back to try to do damage on Mega, but he can't really rush in for it. Let's see what he chooses. Yeah, just does damage. Two really nice rockets.
In the wrong position first.
I guess they weren't quite as nice. He still had about 180 of that Mega. I was thinking it'll be a little bit more. Either way, look at the rails coming out of 0-4 again. Fantastic. We haven't seen this heavy of a railed ZTN in a long time. It's almost like I'm watching ESL TV. We're watching some Europeans play. I'm loving it.
And again, a drop down from Chaotix.
Yeah.
Almost doing exactly what
0-4's connection hitching a little bit? Just a little bit,
it looks like. Yeah.
Okay. Want to make sure it wasn't me. Look at that beautiful LG. He's still at 31%. So, yeah, very solid there. But Chaotix, you know, the time's getting away, and oh my God, 0-4 almost got the exit teleporter rail shot, which would have totally crippled Chaotix. But playing for one of these big items, this is so risky. If he eats any damage picking up this red, Chaotix is pretty much out. 0-4 can basically take his time and just try to do damage here. And it looks like Chaotix waits it out until the Mega play is made by 0-4. So nice patience by Chaotix. Nice timing, making sure that he didn't jump up to red any earlier than he needed to take unnecessary damage. But now he's got the uphill battle to wage because he is down by 2 frags, and we have just 2 minutes left to play in regular time. But Jahar, I would love to see this go into an overtime. Nice railgun shot, but 2 rockets unanswered by 0-4 and followed up by a railgun shot. This is so risky for Chaotix to be taking these jump shots. 0-4 extremely well stacked now after picking up red, and he can fall to Mega. Chaotix really has so much work cut out for him. I don't see what he can put together to bring this back. He has to catch 0-4 off guard completely.
Indeed he does, and 0-4, the way he's playing, you know, he's checking all of his corners, and unlike Chaotix in the last game, he's actually checking all of his flanks as well, going very silent here, but also being very aware, being very ready for an attack from either direction. So catching 0-4 off guard at this point in time, 0-4 is going to have to do something rather foolish, like jumping down when your opponent has shaft out again, in order to see a frag from Chaotix. But right now, being
nice rockets,
nice
great combo,
nice rail. 0-4 is on the back leg now, but he escapes through teleporter, picks up the 50 and has a yellow armor to boot, so he's still survivable here. Nice aggression from Chaotix.
Oh my
Flies
God.
overhead, but right into the pillar. Chaotix is going to get bounced momentarily, incapable of moving there. And that's going to be another frag for 0, and Chaotix goes, well, that was my blitzkrieg, that was my best, that was my rush, and with 1 minute left to go, I'm spent.
He was expecting 0-4 to tuck tail and run to the L-shaped hallway with his shards. I mean, his mouse totally moved there. He was ready to fire off a rocket. He had it leading and everything. And 0-4 just went like, psych, I'll just dodge this way. Thanks for the frag, pal. Yeah, so that will wrap up this first matchup. 0-4 has taken it in 2 maps. Chaotix with a 27% rail, 25 LG, 32 rocket. 0-4 with a 40% rail, 31 LG, and 30% rocket. But I think really it was just a little bit better aim and a little bit better opportunities and map control, honestly, for 0-4. I mean, there was only, I think, 2 points where Chaotix was able to get red and mega in any sort of succession. So congrats to 0-4. Taking it 7-1 is the final score of that map, and of course he will move on to the playoffs, which will be covered by DJ Wheat, Mr. Slasher, and Sir Scoots.
And I gotta say, you know, since this is a single elim, it's worth mentioning that Chaotix, you know, really great games there. And he was really quite proficient at getting some control in and playing, you know, kind of turtle style. But even when he had that kind of control and when he had the stack and he had every advantage going for him, he looked a little lost about what to do with that stack, at least against 0-4.
I just want to throw this in again. It was mentioned before, but those rails played really big. You just saw a couple really key rails that were made by 0-4, and a couple key opportunities where Chaotix pulled out his rail, but he just wasn't able to connect quite, and it kind of just, there was just a few moments where it could have gone either way, and 0-4 landed the rail, Chaotix didn't, and it kind of just, it's unfortunate, but the rail played a much bigger role on ZTN than I'm used to.
Yeah, I loved it. And actually, you know, that is an important point because I do recall taking a look at, on T7, on Furious Heights, if I recall, Chaotix really only used the railgun sparingly. I think it was a good 4 minutes into that game before he really started hitting any rails. So I think that's definitely a bit of a difference, and maybe 0-4 being able to warm up his rail a little bit more on T7 made it that much more, made it that much stronger on ZTN. Who knows? But of course, 0-4 has always been extremely proficient with rails. So, you know, hey, either way, we're gonna head off to the next matchup. Yes, I agree with Mibit. It's awesome to see the old schoolers play again. Made me happy in the pants. So we are going to see, next up is going to be Griffin versus GWC. Someone else stole my name. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I challenge you not to call him GWC, but announce it as Great Wall of China for the entire map. Wait, is it Griffin's birthday today? Is that accurate?
Well, he's doing the right thing, celebrating it by kicking ass in Quake Live. I love it. we heard me be a little bit of a fanboy about Relic earlier.